Well, friends, we finally got some good rain moving here. It's been kind of dry the last 2 or 3 weeks. We had a wet spell back in the summer, back in August and July, but the rain's finally come back. So, summer's winding down. The Labor Day is just past. And it's been a long, hot summer, I'll tell you. And I've noticed something around here. Here it is just past Labor Day, and the trees, some of the trees are changing color, and some of them are already dropping their leaves. You've noticed here. It's like an early fall trying to start. But every year's a little different. You can see them here. There's some of them turning yellow. And already losing their leaves too. So that's not a good sign for wintertime, I'll tell you that right now. But there seem to be plenty of mice this year. It wasn't last year. You can see here the walnut trees are loaded, and so are the acorns, and so are the hickory nuts. So that'll make the animals awful happy. And here the little old hummingbird, he's made his home up here all summer, and it's time for him to leave. Some has already left in certain places just north of me, but he's on the verge of leaving here right now. There's probably a half a dozen stays right here, and it's time to leave. And the scientists or the researchers say, of course I say it's God, give these little animals to know the difference of when to leave and when to come back. But they say that they sense the length of the time of the day, the hours in the day that releases pheromones in their body that tells them it's time to leave. The days are getting shorter. So they head on. And where do they head to? Well, most of them head down to Mexico or Central America and spend their winter. And you can see that's about a 2,000-mile journey. Now, very few of them might stay around the Gulf Coast down there and hibernate a little bit, but this is where the majority of them go to. That's a long track, friends. But they'll be back in April, so they probably had to leave out late February, March to get back up here. But they say they know exactly to go to the same spot where they come from, year after year. And they claim that they live 3 to 5 years. This is their average lifespan of these little old hummingbirds. Now these are the red-throated type. There's different types around the country. But here in Appalachia, that's the red-throated, is what they call them. And y'all probably know all this. And when they come up here, no, they don't mate with the same mate for life. They may be a different mate and maybe they may not, but here's the little nest they make. And when they make the nest, the female usually takes care of it, and that's it. But you can see how small these little nests are. They are so small. The eggs are about the size of a jelly bean. They are so small. And no, they're not stingy. They're just real territorial. When they find a food source, they protect it. They stay right on it. So they come back to the same food source year after year. So if you leave a feeder out, they'll come back to it every year. And if you don't have one out, they'll just move on and find another one. They may not never come back that way. But they're so precious. And they'll fly right up in your face. And they say they recognize certain humans. And they know who feeds them and who don't. And they recognize them checking out their territory. These little animals, God give them certain senses to know when to come and when to leave and how to survive. That's the way it's always been. So I thought I'd share this little thing with you. They're so precious, and I hate to see them leave. But winter's gotta come. So I want to thank y'all for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.